Hello everyone and welcome to today's video in Mudit's Chess channel. I'm Mudit and today I'm going to show you a game between Bent Larsen and Borris Spassky. So let's dive straight in. Borris Spassky playing black and Bent Larsen playing white. In this game, the opening move that was chosen was b3, then observe Larsen attack. Now, this game was played in the year 1970. Borris Spassky was world champ. Give me a minute, I'll just double check that. So it turns out that Borris Spassky was world champion. I'm sorry about that pause. It turns out Borris Spassky was the world champion that time. So we have b3 by Bent Larsen, planning for an attacking game. e5 by Spassky, very principled, taking control of central squares like d4. Bishop to b2, fianchettoing the bishop, attacking the e5 pawn. Knight to c6, developing a piece, defending the pawn, and now c4. Very normal stuff so far. Knight to f6 and now knight to f3. e4, knight to d4 and bishop to c5. These have been the same moves played in the David Navara and Bhaskaran Adhibhan game. If you've been following my channel, watch that game. In that game, knight to f5 was played and Adhibhan was able to get a win with this move. In this game, knight takes c6 is played, but it's still not a new move. D takes c6 was played in the game, while there's another game with b takes c6. D takes c6 is played, and now we have e3. Bishop to f5 was played, and now we have queen to c2, and it is as of move 8 as we get a new game. Let's see how Spassky deals with this. We have queen to e7, and now we have the move bishop to e2. Long castles by Spassky. Spassky's idea is to now play h5, h4 and try to open up this h file. If g3 is played, then he'll try to take, and if not, then he's going to try to play h3 and try to open up the h file for the rook. We have f4 by Bent Larsen, knight to g4. The main idea is to just put pressure on the position with knight to g4 and asking, are you ready to give up the bishop pair? Basically, there is one tactic. I'm not telling it's the best, but it's just present in the position. It's that if you go castles, you have the move bishop takes e3 check, d takes e3 and knight takes e3, forking the pieces like this. It's just present, but I don't think it's the best move to play bishop takes e3. But after knight to g4, we get the move g3. As I told you earlier, if this move is going to be played, then h5 and h4 is also sure to come. And bam, on the next move. Later there might be even f6 and g5, but we can't tell. h3 and now h4. I mean, look at this. h3 just hitting the knight, and this move, bam, I don't care, h4. Savage of Spassky. He's like, take my knight. And now Larsen is like, yes, I'm up to the challenge. He took the knight, and now we have taken back on g3, rook to g1, and now bam. Wow, look at this. Spassky just, I don't know what to say. I mean, He managed to play a move that looks impossible to the untrained eye. Rook h1. Let's do that once again. Bing, bang, boom. Bing, bang, boom. Boom! Oops, not rook h2. Boom. Rook h1. And when Larsen was like, I'm just taking it, no problem. Gee, we attack the rook. And now you have two options. Not two, you have many. Rook g1 looks like the best. But this allows queen h4, which is why it's not the best actually. You can't go into the h file because you just allow promotion. You have to control the first rank. So you have rook f1 that was played in the game that just allows to be taken, but taking is not the best move, it turns out. Rook to g1, queen h4, king d1, queen h1, and now the thing is you're going to take, or if you take, then I just take queen, and then the back rank is too weak, it's checkmate. So you can't allow this. We have rook f1. Taking also wins. In fact, it's clear that this wins. If you take, then after king takes f1, there's the move queen h4. And you play d4, best move. E takes d3 and then queen d2. Use this pawn as a shield for the d5 basically. And if you try and take here, I don't think that's the best move. That's possible too, but the best move is actually queen h1 check. King f2, it's a mate in 5. After rook h8, bishop f1. And queen h4 check, king f3, bishop takes g4 check, king e4, queen h7 check, f5, and queen takes f5 checkmate. And if you play king f5, you allow the beautiful f6 checkmate, both the bishops just slicing the king nicely, along with the queen, that's also helping out. Look at this. Diagonal domination. It's just diagonal domination. Look, this bishop, this diagonal, this bishop, this diagonal, this queen, this diagonal, and this pawn, this, and a check. Diagonal domination. So, in the game, rook g1 wasn't played, and actually taking is not the best move. Queen h4 is. You give a check, right? Then king d1, and now you take and make a queen. The difference is now here actually white resigned and Spassky won the game. But if you take, then I have bishop takes g4 check. And if you play bishop e2, then this is mate because you can't block off the pin. So if you play king c1, queen e1 check is met with queen d1, and then I take, and this is checkmate. So I win and the game is over. And that's all for today. I see you in the next video. Bye. Bye guys.